Hey guys, it's been a while since I've posted on this account. I was really debating what I actually wanted this channel to be. And we're experimenting, we're trying new things, and here we are. I know I am super late to this topic, but I completely ignored this game in its entirety until now. I had the sudden passion to watch this gameplay and see what I thought. I obviously didn't know what I was getting into until 2 hours into the gameplay with almost 12 hours of more content. But regardless, the only reason I felt the need to see this game myself was I saw a lot of people who really enjoyed this game, and they were saying how it was supposed to be horror and how they handled those topics to add to the themes and what have you. All in all, this game wasn't supposed to be taken at face value, so I thought I'd give it a chance. My first thoughts about this game were actually, to my surprise, generally positive. I loved the soundtrack and the tone with these settings and characters, and I was invested in the mystery of these apartments, which never gets explained, by the way. And overall, I was having a good time. Until... Yeah, big shocker. The game's worst quality is the way that it handles its incest plot. Overall, these scenes with the flirty banter and the touchy moments felt less like I was supposed to be uncomfortable and more like fan service. The fan base really doesn't surprise me when you think about how they handled these scenes and the tone they gave me. After watching all the endings, some of which I liked more than others, I don't think this game handles what it's trying to do well. I don't think it's a stretch to say that this game glorifies incest rather than condemning it. This game really suffered from the fact that I just kept trying to shock me, when by the time that they ate their neighbor in the first chapter, I wasn't really shocked by anything afterwards. This game most of the time is edgy for edgy's sake, which on its own isn't a horrible thing for a horror game to be, but however, when trying to tackle these very touchy subjects that need to be handled with care to be done well, evidently this game falls really flat. Now that I've dilly-dallied on for a while, it's time to talk about my favorite part of this game. The most unfortunate thing for me about this game is the fact that Andrew and Ashley, the titular characters of this game, are truly the best part. Now, I'm obviously not talking about the incest plots you can take in this game. I'm specifically talking about the symbolism behind these characters and their general dynamic. One of my favorite scenes where their dynamic is really on display is the scene where Andrew decides that he wants to use the trinket that his sister got from the demon that they've been sacrificing people to. This trinket, if you did not know, causes Ashley to have clairvoyant dreams of sorts, and Andrew wanted to try it. This scene, he ends up getting his soul trapped in a weird limbo, and Ashley has to come save him. But in the game, while you are Andrew and wandering around, some weird creature sneaks up behind him with many little hands and comes and basically consumes his soul before he wakes up. Now, the thing is, this is Ashley's soul. It is explained in the game that Andrew's soul is different from Ashley's, and the demon calls her Tar Soul, which is presumably what type of soul she is. And Ashley also seems to have a thing for controlling or consuming things, and for both of their entire lives, she has been slowly consuming his soul and wiggling her way into every single aspect of his life until she has almost complete control of him. These two are supposed to be very unhealthy, codependent, and toxic, and this is evident in all of the endings. Yes, even the incest one. These characters are absolutely terrible for each other, but Ashley has so heavily intertwined herself into Andrew's life that even his sense of self feels connected to her, and he feels empty without her. I find this dynamic very intriguing and unnerving, but this really soured by the fact that the plot, where you can choose to, just wasn't handled the way that it should have been. And this isn't just evident when you choose that ending, it is everywhere in the dialogue of this game. Almost every cutscene with these two feels like freak fan service, and unfortunately, going into this game, that's sorta what I signed up for. I was aware that this game was going to be a shit show. What I was not ready for was the strange nugget of potential under the shit pile that is this game. And this game has left a legacy for itself on the internet as a game only absolute freak basement dwelling degenerates will like. And, like, it's not wrong. This game could have been really cool and unique and something that I could have enjoyed, but for now and forever, this game will rot in the worst corners of the internet and eventually be forgotten. Maybe in another universe this could have been good, but definitely not this one.